The more points you put, the more value I'm going to place on that top one is you really have to be great, right?
Right.
All right, welcome to another episode of So You Want My Feedback, part of the Feedback Matters podcast, blog, and YouTube channel. Here again with my colleague, Rich Raffel. Hello, Rich. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well, thank you. So this is our first recording of 2025. We haven't done one in a while, been
Happy
busy.
New Year.
Happy New Year. Larry David would say that we're late because we're recording this at the end of January. You know his rule, right?
His rule?
Yeah, he has a rule. You cannot say Happy New Year to somebody after, I think it's January 7th. He did a whole thing about
Is
it.
it a random date or arbitrary date, or did something happen to
I think
make
I
the
think he just
7th?
made it up. I think
Oh, okay.
it's arbitrary.
I fluctuate to being a big fan and being a non-fan of him and his work.
It's because he makes you cringe.
Yeah, you. I mean,
That's the
sometimes he's
goal.
funny as hell.
That's the goal.
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes it just
Too much, too far.
cringeworthy, as you
Too
say.
much, too far, right?
It's cringeworthy, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
But funny.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so we are going to do another review of a feedback ask and survey, I think, because I don't really know what's going to happen. It's about the emails I received after an actual stay.
Right.
For the first time, I think you know this. We haven't looked at it yet, but because we do this live and we will read everything because some people choose to listen only to the
Right.
audio version or the audio only version. Some
Right.
people choose to watch our beautiful faces on the YouTube,
And
and
it's
so
important,
we
I think, maybe, I'm sorry, but important maybe to mention as we get into it, we'll see it, but this is our first experiment with a non-traditional hotel, correct?
correct a non-traditional lodging
Option.
operation,
Yeah.
which has, as everybody knows, short-term rental is the term that's commonly used, and the short-term rental platforms that are most popular, I believe, are Airbnb and Vrbo. So this was a rental that my family and I did a few weeks back. So we are going to look at the feedback ask and whatever else comes with it, survey, review, whatever, from one of the two big platforms. We won't identify which one, but the two big platforms that most people are familiar with are Airbnb and Vrbo, which is kind of I don't know if you call it an acronym. It's just kind of sounding out the initials of vacation rental by owner, which is
Right.
what the original thing was. That's been around for a long time. Anyway, so we're not going to identify which platform it's from, but it was from one of those two, and we'll see what they ask us to do, and
Yeah.
we'll go through it.
Let's
So
dive in.
let's jump into my computer. This email came to me a day after we checked out of the rental. So this was a rental for my family and me a few weeks ago, and it was an apartment basically, or condo, I should say, and multiple bedrooms, bathrooms, and it was great. It was a great place. We loved the location, which was important for us, important to us, I should say, for choosing it, and very comfortable. Had all the amenities we were looking for, and it was exactly what we were looking for. And you know how we always talk about before we get into what they're asking me. We've always talked about expectations or how the experience matches up with expectations. So I would say that the experience matched or met our expectations. So we're going to go into whatever they ask us, knowing that. So again, this email came to me a day. Actually, it was the day we left. So it was the day of checkout, like a few hours after we checked out.
Okay.
The subject line was "Thank you for your stay," which is great. We like that. The email address that it came from So this is not from the platform. This is actually from the management company that manages the condo and put the listing on the platform that we rented through. So it's not the owner of the condo. It's the owner apparently hired a management company. They manage a bunch of properties, as it turns out. I did some
That
research.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yes.
No,
So
because an owner could own several investment properties and not care about, not, it's not caring, but wouldn't be involved in the day-to-day operation, like sending a follow-up
correct.
survey and doing the reservations and all that.
Yes, it's my understanding this is a very common thing these days,
Hmm.
especially as short-term rentals have become popular over the past several years, and obviously the whole game changed a bit with the pandemic. Anyway, so the email address that this came from is from the management company of the apartment, and they were the ones that I was immediately put in touch with once I booked the unit through the platform. So once you book it through the platform, you're basically they hand it over to either the owner or the host of the actual unit, and in this
Gotcha.
case, it was the management company.
Right.
So the email address is from guest services at the name of this management company.
Okay.
And this is something that we've talked about in the past on things that we've looked at. Many times we've gotten emails from a no reply email address. This email address is actually the email address that I communicated with both before, during, and now after
Okay.
the stay. So this is not a
So,
no reply. I could have
right.
replied to this if I wanted.
That's a good
Anyway,
sign. It means somebody's maintaining it and watching it and
yep, yep,
yeah.
all good. So, logo of the company up here. Again, thank you for your stay here. Date that they sent it, and then it says, Jeff, with your stay complete, we would like to take the opportunity to thank you. We strive to deliver a 5-star stay and hope that we have earned your 5-star review, which may be left with your booking site or at our Google listing, and they provide the link. Meanwhile, if for any reason we are not deserving of a 5-star review, please email us and let us know what we might do better in the future. And then I'm not going to actually read below what's there. It's basically a little marketing thing. I'll read the beginning. It says, "Do please visit us again. We offer hotel rooms to 5 bedrooms throughout the area that it was, and please to be sure to keep our direct contact information on file and share with your family and friends. Booking with us directly on the web at their email, their website address, or by calling us. They give you your phone number. Will save you up to 20% versus booking through online travel agencies, meaning the platforms, and they name the two big platforms, as
Uh-huh.
well as another major travel website.
Like, can I name like an Expedia kind of thing?
Exactly. So there's no secrets here. They're
Right.
naming Verbo, Airbnb, Expedia, and then etc. And
Right.
then below that, there's just details. There's just details about our stay, and
Well,
we're
you
not
right
going to.
off the bat, you said when you read that, what did
Yes.
you think? I was happy the way they worded it. I often get the request for 5 stars
Yes.
from that's just common now. Even my dentist, I was going through some work. I saw him like 4 or 5 times within a month, and every single visit I got that follow up. Please give me a 5 star. And then when a couple of days go by, you get the reminder. Please give me 5 stars. But at least they added that the goal was to do better next time.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, that we've railed against the auto dealers about this, and I wrote a blog post about it fairly not that recently. It was last I think it was last year sometime. They got some interesting reaction when it was posted on LinkedIn, but it's like earn it. Don't
Yeah,
beg for it.
yeah, yeah.
right?
And the auto dealers, that's a perfect example.
Yeah. But
Please give us
here,
a five. Please, I mean, I'll give you a five if you deserve it.
yeah, here they're not asking, they're not begging for it. They're hoping to, and they're
Right.
not asking you to fix things so that the review gets fixed. They're asking you to tell them what they
Yeah,
can do for the future.
exactly.
I agree. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yep.
The thing below it, though, they're I don't know.
Well,
They're
they're telling you to book through that connection rather than the traditional way to book.
yeah, they don't want to pay a commission and they want to
Yeah.
save you money. I don't know.
I wonder if they get any brickback from the services, Airbnb or the others.
Verbo.
And
Yeah. I don't know. I would imagine I don't have enough experience with short term rentals to know whether this is standard, but um,
even if it's
I'm
standard,
imagining that it is.
I don't know. Yeah, I kind of agree with you with that, but I don't like it if I'm the service provider. I got you this customer, and now
Take you
you
want
want
to
to
take
say
it
you're
away from
taking
me.
it away.
You want to take it away from me. I don't disagree. Anyway, I just want to quickly scroll to the bottom. At the bottom, it says, I just do want to cover this. You asked whether it's signed personally. It says, thank you. And it's signed by a couple of names and our entire team, and then the name of the company. So it is personally signed. There's no specific email address other than we could reply to this and it will get to somebody.
Right.
So that's good.
Right.
Here at the bottom, this is sort of interesting. So keep this in mind for what's going to happen next when we click through to something. It says if you booked through an online travel agency, e.g., Verbo or Airbnb or Expedia or somebody else, please note that we will be leaving you a 5-star review. We very much hope that we have earned your 5-star review and thank you for your posting in advance.
Hmm.
Thoughts?
Um, it kind. I like it. I think it's okay, except as I thought about it for a moment, it kind of takes away the legitimacy of the rating system, and they're going to blanket everybody with a 5-star review. Did they check the room? Did you clean the bathroom? Did your dog all over the floor? Did like what did they even know that? Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have said that. But
There was no dog.
yeah, but
A.
I'm just saying. They're telling you they're telling you for a reason. There's a reason they're saying that, and it's to get your favor, to get your a positive reaction about your stay. But what if you didn't deserve it?
So, I mean, the most important thing that I picked out of what you just said there was, hold on one second, was did they check the room or the apartment? And so I'm looking at what time this was sent. It was
You said
sent.
it was the next day,
It was the same day.
same day.
I corrected it. It was the same day we left. So it
Hmm.
was 2:19 p.m. and we left at noon. So this email was sent 2 hours and 19 minutes after we left.
I wonder if that's an automated thing and they chose about 2 hours, or did somebody have to press a button and did it 2 hours after you left?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised that someone did a quick run through and this had to be sent. It was not automated. It was not.
So if it was sent actively by a person, you're saying that most probably the system in place is to check the room before you send this out.
Yeah, and it might be a template driven system where if everything is okay, this one goes out, and if everything's okay, a different one goes out that might not say something about 5 star. I'm getting 5 stars. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Are they trading? They're trading good ratings. I don't even know. So it's something to mention. I don't really know. It's not.
It's a little phony, Jeff.
It is. It is. I agree. So anyway, let's go back up to the top where they say we hope that we have earned your 5-star review, which may be left with your booking site. Again, the platform they mentioned the platforms they use, the big ones, as well as other online travel agencies, or at our Google listing. And there's a link to that, so I could click on the Google listing and do a regular Google review, and they want a review there. So I'm not going to do that right now. All right, I'm going to share a different part of my screen now. Hang on one sec. So that's one thing that was asked by the actual manager of the unit. Now we're going to look at something that the booking platform sent me. Okay, can you see this?
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay, so this was an email. Um, this was actually a follow up. I got this the day after we checked out from the booking platform. The subject line is review your stay, and the email address it was sent from is no reply at the booking platform. Then below, as you can see, is the logo of the booking platform. And then it says, did you enjoy your recent stay in, and it's the name of the um, city that we stayed in. And then it says, tell us about your recent stay. And as you can see, it's a 5-star scale,
which we like.
and which we like, and they are labeled terrible, poor, okay, good, and excellent for 5 stars. There is a photograph of part of the unit. And then below that, it lists the city that we were in, as well as the dates of the stay. Let me scroll down.
Do you recognize the photo?
Yeah, that was actually the unit.
Your unit?
Yes. And then below that is this text. Thousands of other travelers are looking for their next getaway right now. Reviews like yours can help them find their perfect vacation home. If you enjoyed your stay, it can also help. And they give a name. It's not a name that I'm familiar with. Get more bookings. I it's not the name of the complex we were in. It's not the name of the city we were in. It's not the name of the management company. It's a
What
name
do
of
you say? Is it a link? Is it a
no.
direct?
It's just a name. It looks like it's a first name, and I have no idea who that person is.
Okay.
So that's weird. But anyway, and then below is just terms and conditions. And there's a help center. So again, my comment is there's no reply to. If we there's it's no reply, so we can't reply to this. If we have questions, we can go to their help center, which is not an email address. It's a link to a help.
Okay.
And then my only other comment is it says reviews like yours. So they're just asking. It's a review, right? We're going to click through and see what this is, right?
Yep.
So before I do, I mean, I guess yeah, they're not looking for any. They don't have a private channel. It seems so far for collecting information. Everything they want you to do is public. It's just about reviews and
Right. Right. But
right.
you don't know for sure because we don't know what follows this.
Well, we'll see.
Yep.
I think it was excellent.
Okay.
So I click that, and then I get here. Okay.
Don't forget that the reviews probably they use as in the relationship between the platform and the either the management company or maybe the owner. You know,
I guess I don't know.
you know
Anyways,
how well go back to the auto dealer. If you get 4.9 average, you get 15,000 a month in marketing money. You get benefits from the manufacturer if you hit certain satisfaction numbers. I
Right.
wonder if certain levels of satisfaction, certain scores, influence, make some sort of deal kick in. I don't know.
Don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Anyway, so we get to this page, logo of the book of the platform. So it appears so there's ratings here, right? So it's just ratings in different categories. It says rate your stay 1 star in parentheses terrible to 5 stars in parentheses excellent. And there are ratings here, and I believe the reason is that I think that the original day I got it, I might have clicked through and done this, and I didn't finish it. That's why I got a
I was just going
reminder.
to ask you that's how some of them
Yeah, no,
don't answer.
I think I did it. I think I
Okay.
did it. I think I did do it. So, but I didn't finish it. That's why I thought that they probably discarded it and sent me a new one. But anyway, so the overall rating was clicked through, excuse me, was passed through to this page. Cleanliness of property was 5 stars. The check-in process was great. It was the management company emailed me with specific instructions. It was an electronic uh, lock with a code, so didn't have to didn't have to deal with anybody. No people were involved. It was all done electronically. Accuracy of the online listing. Again, this is relating to the, I guess, how honest the management company is, as well as how the platform conveys that. It was accurate. Communication with property manager. I did leave out a star, which I may give back because I left out a star because there was one email they didn't respond to.
There was what?
There was an email that I sent them during our stay that they did not respond to. It was not a big deal. I didn't follow up. I don't necessarily know that it wasn't, it may not have been within business hours, which shouldn't matter, but they did not respond to it. They responded to all the other ones. Okay. There were only 2 or 3, but there was one that didn't. That's why I took a star away from them.
Okay.
And then location and neighborhood was exactly what we were looking for. And so that was 5 stars. I'm going to give him back this star because that may not be fair. Then it says, tell us about your group. This helps others who might be considering staying here in the future, who stayed with you at the property. The choices are just me, spouse/partner, friends, family, or other. This was all family. And then they ask for age ranges. Select all that apply. This is optional. Asterisks are it says all the way at the bottom the asterisks are required. We were all adults, and then below here we go. This is where I did click through to here, and I stopped because it says review your stay. Tell us more about your experience. Your review can help guests looking for their next getaway. Title, and then an open-ended text box, and below
What do they
that.
say? Inviting you to enter text. How do they word that?
Okay. Well, in the title, it says give your review a short title. And then in the tell us about your stay text box, it's the help text is summarize your overall impression of this property. And then at the bottom, there's this note that says, please note that we automatically submit any partially completed reviews with an overall rating after 21 days or 14 days after the host has submitted their review. I don't know.
Who's the host?
The host is the management company that told us they gave me a 5 star review. Remember in the other
No,
email?
I know, but I'm wondering if you know.
So it's a two-way process. It's kind of like the ride share company. Are they ride share? Uber and Lyft, the on-demand ride companies. They review you as a rider and you review the driver, right?
Right,
It's the same
right.
thing. It's a mutual review world.
Did you look up um, this unit's reviews before you book?
Yeah, for sure I did.
Okay.
Reviews are helpful, right?
Yeah. No, I'm just curious.
And sometimes I do write reviews. Am I gonna finish this? I'm not gonna finish this now because that's not what this is about.
No, I'm
You
just
know, we're more interested in there's two ways to get feedback for a hospitality company or any company for that matter. Public channels like reviews, and then private channels where you get more detailed information that you don't necessarily need to or want to share with the public. That you want the guest to really dive into the details of everything so that you can tweak operations. And
yep.
that's not what this is. So anyway, let's stop here with this one. Let's quickly go back. There's another email from the platform. So this one came a few days later. This is from the platform again. Again, it says, please rate your name of the platform trip experience. And the from address is mail at theplatform.com. Could I reply to this one? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, logo of the platform. Hi, Jeff. We'd love to hear all about your trip experience. If you can spare a couple of minutes, please share your thoughts with us through a quick survey. Your feedback will be linked to other information about your trip and will only be used by the name of the platform to help us create a better travel experience for you. Button, start your survey. Thank you for your time. Signed, just the name of the platform. Thoughts?
Hmm. I mean, if it's a second correspondence,
It is. So let's just get the timeline straight,
yeah.
because in looking back at this, because we're 10 days past the whole experience, exactly 10 days past the whole experience. So there were three different emails. The first one came 2 hours after we left from the management company, or what everybody seems to call the host.
Right.
The second email was the next day from the platform asking for the review that we just looked at, which had the 5-star scale in the email. And then the next day, I got this one also from the platform talking about a survey. And they're very specific here that they're going to link this information that we're going to see in a survey, I guess, with the other information that they may have collected through that review, the 5-star scale review. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're getting this one regardless of how you or did not respond to the
yeah.
initial.
So I'm going to click the link and see what happens, right? Here we go. Start your survey. Okay. So this is a survey. I can see from the URL, which everybody else is not going to see. It's from a very well known and popular true survey platform, a robust survey platform that has a nice market share. Anyway, then there's the logo of the platform up here. There's multilingual functionality. You can choose through this drop down a couple of different languages. And there's an asterisk that I'm assuming it's not really specified, but I assume an asterisk means it's required. It doesn't say that anywhere, which is sloppy and shocking from a platform
Yeah.
like this. Based on your overall experience with name of the platform, rate your agreement with the following statements where 1 is strongly disagree and 7 is strongly agree.
I noticed that 7 scale. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has a
You know,
midpoint. It has a midpoint, so you can have a
you know
somewhat.
what I think what I responded to myself when you said did the drop down box up on the top of right. It's hard to see. It's kind of small, but that's the language drop down box up
It
there.
is. Yes.
That should be on the previous page.
There is no previous page.
Well, it should be on the invitation. If they're worried about what language you want to answer the survey, and that it sort of implies that you have a language that you're more comfortable with other than English. So
Yeah,
there's
they could have multiple buttons and then continue in English, continue in, there are only a few
I don't
French.
know. Like I said, it's no big deal, but I think
Yeah.
it could. I think it could have been on the first.
All right. So they have one attribute that we're going to rate on this scale, right? Let's see what happens. I'm hoping. So the attribute to rate is I trust the name of the platform. I don't even know what to do with that. Like,
Yeah, I
do I
agree.
trust them? With what? To provide me with accurate information to get me the best price? It's, what does that even mean?
It's too vague. That's right on what you're saying because it could mean a million things. Trust me in a million different ways.
All right. Midpoint, non-committal. Next page. I hit the next page button. All right. So I can't go backward. There's no back button, I guess, and they've disabled the browser back button, so I can't go backwards. Interesting. Another asterisk again. I'm assuming it's required. Based on your overall experience with name of the platform, rate your agreement with the following statements, where 1 is strongly disagree and 7 is strongly agree. Name of the platform's website is easy to use. I mean, typically, I'm just going to go to a, this is my pet peeve here. I understand that they want to keep these attributes separate just because they don't want you to see them all at once, I guess, and rate them. They want to, by disabling the back button, there is a reason, I suppose, for separating them and not allowing you to see them at the same time and rate them at the same time and have one in your mind dependent on another. However, this format of a question in web surveys is one that we've seen for 25 years now, us
Yeah,
26 since we started in 1999.
yeah,
There's nothing new here, but typically when you see this where you have it's sort of like a spreadsheet format where you have columns that are the rating numbers and then the attributes are in rows. You have more than one row. If you're only rating one attribute, you should not present it this way. This could be a drop down.
yeah, yeah.
This is just not the right way to present this. This
Do you
is
think that there's branching involved here?
could be. There could be.
I mean, that's a reason why they might only do one a page.
Yes, I just think that this visually could have been presented in a better way.
Yeah.
Was the website easy to use? Sure, it was. Strongly agree.
And
What
plus,
does what does
you're adding
strongly agree mean? Again,
you're adding time to the experience. But we always say every week, but for years, the taking of the survey is part of your experience at the hotel or in this case, this you said it was a condo apartment.
yeah. I
So
mean, but we're rating the platform now. We're
yeah,
not even rating.
I know it's
I don't know. Are we going to get to things? I'm curious to say. I don't know.
yeah,
It's all about the platform here. We're rating the
yeah.
platform. You said it's a 7-point scale. We obviously have always preferred 5. Um,
Well,
I don't know, 7, 6, 5. All the positive ones, all the positive ones are above 4. So 5, 6, 7. Would I strongly agree? Was it the easiest one I've ever used? You know what? And I don't need 7 points here, right?
no,
So the more points you put, the more value I'm going to place on that top one is you really have to be great, right?
right. No, that's a
Is
good
that a
point.
fair way to look at it?
Yes,
So if it was 5, I might give them a 5, but it's 7. I'm not giving them a 7.
right.
It's not the easiest one I ever used. Anyway, next page. Again, I can't go back. Asterisk saying again, I assume meaning that it's required. I won't be able to go on. Let's see if I can go on. I mean, they should have defined what the asterisk means. Can I go on? I can go on. Oh no, I can't. They're just highlighting that the response is required.
Right.
So it's the same question. Based on your overall experience with the platform, rate your agreement with the following statements, where 1 is strongly disagree and 7 is strongly agree. What the name of the website, the name of the platform's website meets my needs. Same scale. 1 strongly disagree, 7 strongly agree. I I don't know. What should I rate it? You know how I feel. It did the job, right?
Right.
It met my needs. Does it strongly agree? Could there be something better? I don't know.
Could always be something better, but if it did its job,
Yeah, I guess. All right. Now we have 2 attributes to rate on this page. Please think back to how you felt overall while using the name of the platform. Rate how often you felt the following emotions. Not at all to most of the time. So it's 5-point
I
scale.
went back to 5. It would be difficult to label 7 points.
They'd have to come, yeah, because this is a time scale. So there are 2 attributes here. There are 2 emotions or descriptions of emotions. The first one is glad, happy, joyful. The second emotion is surprised, amazed, astonished. Are those synonyms? I guess, sorta, kinda. I don't know. Anyway, the choices for how I felt overall, how often I felt these emotions. So how often did I feel glad, happy, joyful? The choices are not at all, hardly, some of the time, often, most of the time. And then the other emotion is described by these 3 words: surprised, amazed, astonished. Not at all, hardly, some of the time, often, most of the time. I, I don't get this.
I don't get that at all. I was just going to say the same words. I
So, I mean, there's 2 ways to look at this, I think. Are the emotions tied to the experience of using the website, or are the emotions tied to the what you're using their website for? I could see glad, happy, joyful possibly about because I'm booking a trip or a vacation for my family. Surprised, amazed, astonished could be about what the offerings are.
I just don't like those descriptive words. Astonished, amazed. Just
I don't have any answer here. I mean, I'm kind of want to abandon this because this is so silly. I feel the website has nothing that these are not emotions that I would tie to using the website.
right.
Glad, happy, joyful. I wasn't happy.
I mean, they're looking for.
Hardly. I mean, this is how I would describe it in thinking back about it. So I'm booking a trip. I find it stressful to get through the nuts and bolts of doing the booking of the trip, right? So I was glad, happy, and joyful when I found something that met our needs. But most of the time when I'm looking, I'm not glad, happy, and joyful. I'm sort of stressed out that I got to get it done. Surprised, amazed, and astonished at what was the offer was, at what the prices were. I was never surprised, amazed, and astonished. And none of this has to do with their platform or their website. I'm moving on. This question, it's an open ended text box, and there's no asterisk, so I assume that it is not required. What would improve your experience traveling with the name of the platform? First reaction is I didn't travel with the
Right.
platform.
That's just bad English.
What would improve my? I have nothing to say here. This I have nothing to say here. So they're saying, oh, so here they're not requiring it, but they have this box. Response requested. There is one unanswered question on this page. Would you like to continue? And then there's 2 choices: answer the question, which will let me do it, or continue without answering. I So I guess they're giving you another chance, or in case you hit the next page button because they've disabled the back page. So
Right.
they're giving you another chance to answer it. I chose purposefully not to answer it.
Right.
And that's it. Thanks for your invaluable feedback. It helps us create a better travel experience for you. Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. So this was all about their platform. Honestly, look, we've done, you go back in our history as a market research company, we evaluated uh, platforms and websites, and uh, I don't know. I don't see any value in this one, this survey, but
No,
maybe they do. All right. So again, what we do is we provide hospitality businesses with a private channel to get feedback about their operation to help them tweak operations, optimize guest experience, and ultimately improve the quality and quantity of their reviews and maintain their online reputation through that private channel. Um, this experience did not offer that. The booking platform is trying to improve themselves with their own internal private survey. I, 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 I do have some experience here. I don't think this survey is going to help them. I could be wrong, but I don't think this survey is going to help them based on what I know. The other two requests for feedback, one from the host of the unit and the management company, was pointing us to give a review of them as well as their unit in on Google reviews, as well as on the platform that was in the review that was sent to us by the booking platform. The booking platform, it's clear, it's just a review. It is not a private,
right,
and
right,
it has no detail. It has no detail. If we go back to it, because I still have it here, there's an overall rating, cleanliness of property, check-in process, accuracy of online listing, communication with property management manager, location and neighborhood. And there's no it's all about a review. It's
yeah,
there's nothing they're going to learn here. um, as far as I can see, as far as in relation to what we do, the best thing they did is you go back to the first email they sent us, the management company sent us. Hang on.
when you did the major reservation on the platform,
Yes.
did you opt in, or did they request you to opt in to receive additional emails or surveys or marketing or anything like that?
Probably not opt in. There may have been an opt out. I don't remember though.
Yeah.
But getting back to this first email I got 2 hours and 19 minutes after we were out of the unit. I think the best thing that they did here, as far as helping them really do better, is this paragraph right here. We strive to deliver a 5-star stay and hope that we have earned your 5-star review, which may be left with your booking site or at our Google listing. And here's the key sentence for me. Meanwhile, if for any reason we are not deserving of a 5-star review, please email us and let us know what we might do better in the future. I mean, there's no focus. That's the only focus on doing better in the future,
Right.
right?
Yep. I agree. I agree.
No mention about, you go back to the rating here, these ratings, cleanliness, check-in process. As far as the actual operation, cleanliness of property is important, certainly. The other things is really, if you think about it, it's communication is important, but everything else is sort of about the platform and the listing. There's things that I would think that they should have asked, like, were all of the amenities operational, like heating, air conditioning,
Right. Right.
refrigerator, all the kitchen appliances? Was it well outfitted? Silverware, glasses, all that, and condition, all that. And no one asked that.
Right.
Sure,
Right.
sure, someone can write it in a review. It's a review, but that's how they're going to see it. Again, The most useful part was going back to this
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah.
This, if we're not deserving of a 5-star review, email us and let us know what we might do better. Can't you make that easier for me?
Yeah. Yeah. I
can't,
mean,
can't
unless
you
they,
send me can't you send me a survey that's partial private channel and partial review? But they're not that interested in it. They make it
yeah.
too hard. All right, I think we've really gone through this one more detail than we may have needed to, but there's some interesting things here. This is a little outside of the norm for us. So we'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching or listening to this episode of So You Want My Feedback, part of the Feedback Matters podcast, YouTube channel, and blog. Thanks, Rich, for joining me today, and
Pleasure.
we'll do it
Thank,
again soon.
thank you. Yep.